You have absolute control over only one thing, your mind. If you master that, no one can truly stop you. People will test you, life will push you, the world will laugh at your pain. But do you know what separates those who win from those who quit? It's firm silence. It's the mind that, even bleeding on the inside, refuses to hand power over to chaos. If you want to build an unshakable mindset, face challenges with courage, and achieve real success, then understand this. The world doesn't change. People don't suddenly become kinder. Circumstances don't magically soften. What changes is the strength of your mind in the face of them. And when that shifts, nothing outside you has the same power anymore. The world constantly pushes you to react, to explode, to defend yourself, to play the victim. But real power is the ability to choose your thoughts. Napoleon Hill called this mental authority and said that all riches begin with a controlled idea. Before you conquer anything out there, you must win in here. You can't control the weather, you can't control criticism, but you can choose not to bend, not to surrender your peace to what doesn't deserve it. That silent decision inside your own head is the first step toward becoming unshakable. And those who dominate their inner world don't need to prove anything to anyone. What makes someone continue when they are tired, ignored, doubted? Self-discipline. It's invisible, but it shapes everything. It gets you out of bed when your mood wants to bury you. It stops you from replying in anger. It says no to immediate pleasure because it sees a reward that hasn't arrived yet. Hill was clear. Self-discipline is the bridge between thought and achievement. You can have the best plans, read every book, watch 1,000 videos like this, but without discipline to apply what you learn, nothing moves. Acting as if nothing affects you isn't pretending, it's training. It's conditioning your mind to respond with purpose instead of impulse, and that quiet strength is worth more than any temporary wave of motivation. We live in a noisy world. Everyone wants to speak, react, explain, prove, but if you want real strength, learn to be silent. The most successful people often speak less and think more. Silence is a force field. It protects you. It gives you time to observe before you act. Being calm is not weakness, it is strategy. While fools react instantly, the wise calculate. And when they finally act, people wonder where that firmness came from. You want to be unshakable? Stay silent when the world tries to provoke you. Real power is knowing you could explode, but choosing to win instead. Strength is not the absence of emotion, it is the ability to choose what to do with it. An undisciplined mind ruled by impulses is the greatest enemy of success. Anger makes you act too fast. Anxiety makes you quit too soon. Emotional hunger makes you accept what you don't deserve, but self-control makes you free. Stop justifying your reactions with "that's just how I am" or "it was stronger than me." Nothing is stronger than a decided mind. Don't react, choose. Don't explode, observe. If you only move when you feel good, you will never go far. Success requires consistency, and consistency requires emotional control. One of the greatest signs of inner strength is the ability not to explain yourself constantly. You don't owe the world an explanation for every choice, every silence, every step. The opinions of others are a luxury only the insecure treat as urgent. When you try to please everyone, your energy drains and your purpose fades. But when you know who you are, you don't need to prove it. You walk firmly even when misunderstood. People will judge you anyway. They will criticize, distort, question. So what? You are not here to be understood. You are here to fulfill what you were born to build. Often the loudest critics attack not your mistakes, but what you represent. They remind them of what they didn't dare to become. Unfair criticism is often admiration disguised as discomfort. Stop trying to defend yourself against every comment. Stop trying to correct every narrative. Some people don't want truth. They want you to shrink. They want you to doubt. They want you to step back. But you weren't made for that. You were made to disrupt comfort, to challenge mediocrity, to inspire, even silently, those who are just beginning to wake up. The next time someone attacks you, smile inside. Their noise is often confirmation that you are moving forward. Pain does not arrive to destroy you, it arrives to forge you. Every adversity carries the seed of equal or greater benefit, but that seed only grows in those who stop running from discomfort. Stop numbing your mind with distraction. Stop avoiding silence, because in silence, the truth surfaces. The pain you avoid today returns stronger tomorrow. The pain you face with courage transforms you into someone failure cannot break. Don't ask life to be lighter. Ask yourself to be stronger. Pain is inevitable. Suffering becomes permanent only when you refuse to evolve. The world sees what you display. Life rewards what you do when no one is watching. It's easy to look strong online. It's easy to speak beautifully on camera. What's difficult is staying focused without applause, waking up early when no one demands it, continuing when no one recognizes your effort. That's where empires are built. Invisible character is forged backstage. While the weak obsess over image, the strong commit to practice. They train in silence. They study when others sleep. They persist without guarantees. What you practice in the dark is what shines when your moment comes, and that moment always comes, but only for the prepared. The difference between those who win and those who quit is not talent, it is persistence. The turning point for many successful people came when everything looked lost. Most stopped too soon. They quit at the first obstacle, or the second, or the 10th. The winners continue when it no longer makes sense. Miracles don't happen for those who try. It may look like nothing is changing, but if you continue, something will open. Not by magic, but because life bends to those who insist with faith, discipline, and an internal fire no one can extinguish. Respect is not earned through explanation, it is earned through posture. The person who truly knows what they want doesn't need to justify every step. Stop begging for validation. Stop shrinking yourself to fit small spaces. Speak less. Walk stronger. Let results speak for you. People may say you've become cold, that you've changed. What they call coldness is often armor built after being wounded too many times. You didn't become cold, you became selective. You stopped accepting emotional crumbs. You learned to guard your peace. The world may misunderstand that. You know it is maturity. Life will test your determination before trusting you with greater responsibility. You will be ignored, rejected, doubted. You may think of quitting, but those moments are not endings, they are examinations. The reward follows the test. The stronger your resistance, the greater your victory. Act as if nothing can shake you, because the greatest rewards come to those who prove they won't abandon their path. If you've endured silently, if you've continued without support, if you've cried alone and still stood up, then understand this: you are closer than you think. Many people quit one step before success. The finish line never announces its presence. It reveals itself only to those who refuse to stop. Quiet persistence breaks more barriers than dramatic displays of strength. Your calm unsettles those who live in chaos. Your discipline irritates those who live in procrastination. Your silent growth exposes stagnation. That's why you're judged. Not because you're wrong, but because your presence reveals weakness in others. Stay focused. The loud want attention. The silent are building kingdoms. The world belongs to those who do not panic, those who observe before acting, those who, with intense emotion, respond with clarity. When you master your impulses, you inevitably influence your environment. In a world where everyone reacts, the one who pauses stands out. Most explode, complain, sabotage themselves over a moment of anger or insecurity. But you breathe, you pause, you act with intention. That makes you rare. True power is not noise, it is centered stability while everything else falls apart. You may feel alone on this path of discipline, self-control, and silence, but you are not alone. You are part of an invisible minority who wake up early without witnesses, who pursue purpose without applause, who carries scars quietly and still move forward. While many quit after the first fall, you continue. While many shout, you act. That is the mark of strength. Real recognition does not come from being constantly seen. It comes when your results can no longer be ignored.
There comes a moment when nothing matters more than your mission. You lose interest in empty conversations and shallow distractions. You become obsessed, and that obsession becomes fuel. A defined purpose consumes fear, laziness, and doubt. What was once sacrifice becomes lifestyle. What was once difficult becomes natural. You are no longer trying to appear strong. You are becoming strong. And once that identity locks in, nothing distracts you and nothing stops you. You've fallen before. You've thought about quitting. You've cried silently while the world kept moving. But you didn't stop. Persistence shapes character, and character shapes destiny. Results eventually silence doubt. Those who laughed will applaud. Those who doubted will learn. The world may resist, but it respects the person who never gave up. If you're still here, it's because you are one of them. You are no longer the version of yourself who was shaken by everything. You think clearly. You choose silence.
The most powerful force in the universe exists inside the person who has mastered themselves. You don't need to shout. You don't need to prove. Your posture speaks. Your discipline shines. Your focus inspires. You don't need an audience to be great. The truly great live their truth quietly and show the way simply by existing. Take a deep breath and look at who you've become. When you are silent, the world eventually listens. If this message resonated with you, share it, subscribe, and comment one simple sentence. I choose to be unshakable. Because silence can be your greatest weapon and your mind your greatest wealth.